Hey everyone, I just wanted to update you on the meat chicken order. I did place an order on Friday night, very, very late, almost into Saturday morning. We did order 110 chickens, or baby chicks. These are Cornish cross broiler chicks. They will grow out for about 8 weeks, and then we will process them. I am kind of thinking about making a chicken plucker for them. But I'm not really sure. I have been processing some young roosters that we have that hatched around Mother's Day. And so I'm finding if I get the temperature just right to soak them in some hot water before I go to pluck them by hand. It's really, really easy. So I don't anticipate it being like a real struggle. There was talk about getting together as a big group and processing most of the chickens at one time. That will not be happening. There was also talk about possibly like me and another person going half and half on a chicken plucking machine, and that won't be happening either because I do not want to go in a purchase with somebody if I don't have it hasn't discussed like who's going to keep the machine, who's going to store it, when's it going to be used. So I do not encourage anyone like doing half and half payments for like a large amount of money for anything at all. So if my husband was putting in half the money, it's a different thing. He's here, the machine will be here, but not for someone who doesn't live like with you. So that is the decision that I made. I may make a mix, like a plucker. There's someone local who has a wash machine available. If I'm able to go get that, it's possible that I will try to see if I can take it apart and put it back together and make it into a chicken plucker. I'm not really wanting to put a whole lot of money into something right now. However, I do have some money set aside because I sold some ducks yesterday. I sold 6 ducks, 2 blue Swedish hens, and a trio of pekin, and then like a mixed breed drake that I had a male. They went to a friend of mine's friend. My friend came and got them. I'll post some pictures at the end of the video of the ducks on their new pond. So her friend has a huge pond and wanted to get some ducks, and so now they're living out their best life. Some of these ducks were like already almost 3.5 years old. I actually went to Tractor Supply with my husband and bought them whenever I was in labor with my last baby. So they are pretty old. I don't get a whole lot of eggs from them, but the 2 blue Swedish hens and one of the pekin are like spring babies from this year, so they haven't started laying yet. So she should have a good clutch of eggs coming for her whenever they start laying really good. It's a little bit warm, so I haven't really been getting anything, but now that they're on grass and have a huge pond, they should lay really nice for her and give her some eggs. But really, she just wanted ducks that she can look at on her pond. So I have some money set aside that I can use to put towards feed for these meat chicks when they come in. They will not be here until around October 24th or 25th. And so I'll be putting some of that money into feed and possibly like making a chicken plucker. But there is a drill option where you attach a piece to a drill that you can order off Amazon. I'm not sure which route I'm going to go yet, but I will let y'all know whenever I decide. Also, feed-wise, so meat birds, they need enough nutrients to help them grow. I usually just feed my chickens corn, but I have heard where people ferment their corn for the meat birds in raw milk. I do have goats that are going to be due at the very beginning of November, so the chicks will only be maybe a week or 2 old whenever I have baby goats on the ground. And so after the goat babies are about 2 weeks old, I will start pulling them for the moms and milking. The mom is out once a day, depending on how much milk they are producing, of course. So I do want to possibly look into that. So the plan that I saw for soaking the corn is you take 4 buckets. The first day you do just 1 bucket. You put the corn in the bucket, you fill it with milk just over the corn so that all the corn is under the milk. And then day 2, you start a second bucket, and so on day 3, third bucket, day 4, a fourth bucket, and on day 4, you take the very first bucket when it's 4 days old, and you feed that first bucket to the chickens, and then that empty bucket you take and you refill it so that you have 4 buckets at all time going, so that you have, a couple of days worth of feed that is fermenting. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if I'm going to have enough milk to do that, but it is in my back of my mind that I could possibly try this. I only have 2 goats that I believe are pregnant. One of the does does not seem to be pregnant. She's not really getting any bigger. So I'm not sure if she took or if I'm not sure. So, but I do for sure to have 2 that are pregnant, and I am looking forward to milking them. My children and my husband do not want to drink goat's milk from them whenever they do go into milk. But I probably will drink a little bit. But since it's free milk, I can just put it into the meat chickens feed and give them extra protein and nutrients. And of course, they'll be eating other stuff that's good for them. They can eat table scraps and things like that in like actual chicken feed. So just wanted to let y'all know that we did make that order, and I will let y'all know more whenever it gets closer to us receiving that order. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.